I've mentioned Proton John Superman 64 Let's Play being actually really good because he has a lot of cool facts about video games and stuff like that, like Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Superman 64 and stuff like that. And honestly, even if you're not interested in the Let's Play, for the cool trivia he puts in it and the effort he puts in the Let's Play, it's really interesting.
Gotta jump! No, I failed. Damn. Is this one just get to the end?
Yes. It's also been, his Superman 64 Let's Play has been going on since I think 2011.
Jeez.
Yeah, he still has it. Just because he doesn't get much of an opportunity to record it because he has to travel a lot for the Runaway Guys and a lot of other issues, capture card issues, computer issues, all kinds of stuff. The world has actually, like the universe itself at this point, is trying to stop him from finishing that.
How long is that game?
Not that long. 14 stages, I think, if you play on hard. But it's Superman 64, so... Fuck.
Ow.
Well, that takes away my host advantage.
Is that a Thunderwolf?
Yeah, it is. I died.
I think we all died.
Oh, thunder.
Not all the world has loaded yet, so...
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, I forgot we're just racing. I'm looking for rings.
I was too at first.
I honestly prefer this mode, because, like I said, it offers a lot more freedom in where you go and the routes you take.
You'd think that's what we were doing at first.
What? You're quiet.
Thought we were
Quieter.
going to be doing the wings score.
Nah. I don't, I said we were doing time attack many times, but okay.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he did. He said it quite a bit.
I saw it on the menu, so loading screen. So.
Do I look like I give a damn?
Sorry, the fact that you squared yourself off from everyone in that shovel game. Damn.
That was
First time.
evil.
What does Marcel Wallace look like?
Does it look like a bitch?
Took you long enough.
Yeah. Then why are you trying to fuck him? Well, you said Marcel Wallace. I'm like, that's confusing.
Going down.
I don't know. I haven't heard that in a long time, so the name escaped me.
Marcellus.
Son, you're already done? Blake is done? Fuck, you done yet?
Dude.
Basically done.
You guys are bad at this. I mean, Thunder and I did literally play it for an hour straight, so...
Yeah, you guys have the cool showy flurry. Jeez.
I have yet to find the absolute fastest route, though. Like I said, a minute 30 is my fastest time. I know for certain you can get it at least 10 seconds faster.
I think I'm going to try this one in third person.
Alright, third person.
I've tried to fly in third. I've tried to fly in third person. I just don't get it.
Third person. Here we go.
Third person's harder.
It is much harder.
Thought it would be easier.
Actually.
It's just harder to account for your height.
Oh.
I find.
Oh. This isn't going well.
What, third person?
Well, I mean, yes.
I think I'm doing better in third person than I am in first
Wow.
There's no more status quo.
person. Blake?
Yeah, I've gone back to first person. Fuck you.
Sticking with the third. Okay. That's the ground.
Oh, no, that's the wrong way.
You didn't make it.
There's a shortcut immediately here to the left. It's really hard to go through. I made it. And I crashed afterwards.
Good job, Blake. Bonk, you still in third person?
No, I switched back.
I'm still in third person.
I find it's easier now.
I don't. I honestly, I can't account for how close I am to the ground in third person. Like, I can make really close passes to the ground, basically scrape it and be fine in first person. I couldn't do that in third person.
Nope. Wrong way.
Oh no, bridge.
The bridge over the River Kwai.
There's got to be a faster way to go around this. Lose a lot of speed around this weird thing. Someone's ahead of me. Bionic.
Like, I'm right beside you.
Apparently everyone's like right at the end. Because everyone's in front of me and I'm like right at the end.
Yeah.
Ow!
Someone do a spin. Someone do a spin when they finish, so Bionic can see what it looks like.
Ah.
Keith, when you finish, do a weird. Just hold left.
If he does.
No, he
Holding
has
left.
Wow.
It wasn't as good because he wasn't as high up, but
Forest Fest. That's a pretty tight cluster.
yeah,
Wait, why does it say I'm in third when I got first?
because it's fastest time of all 3 rounds wins the whole thing.
Oh.
I get quiet.
Which, personally, I think it should be average. The average of all 3 rounds, best average of all 3 rounds should win. But you know, I didn't
Start
make
Fox.
it. So.
NerveGum.
Stop doing it.
Star Fox.
I wish I could, but I can't.
Crap.
Can't.
Shit, that was close. Lost a lot of speed though. So we can catch up now. I have no idea how I made it through that hole in the bridge on my first time through.
Jeez.
I can't go back to first person now. I'm just so better in third person.
Oh, you almost did it.
So low to the ground. Oh god, I need a lift.
Lift. Blind.
Bionic pulled ahead of me. Fuck. Speed also technically translates into lift because of the.
He's done.
Well, I'm not going to explain the real world science of it because it obviously doesn't follow that. It's just a basic physics engine. But
Yeah.
No, it's always around this turn. It's where I fall.
um,
The shortcut.
but yeah, when you get a speed boost, you can gain height off of it if you need it. So you don't just have to wait for updrafts. In fact, a speed boost is always better than an updraft because you go forwards and up.
The shortcut didn't even help me. Took me
Bionic,
like
no,
20
stop
seconds to
moving.
actually do it. I
Fuck
could've just
you,
gone around the corner.
bitch! Can't stop this train!
Damn it.
I think you
2
might have
seconds
just
behind
taken
you.
Thunder's lead. Sometimes when you know you're going to crash, it's best to just resign
Crash.
to it so that you can respawn quicker.
Bonk, I was 3 seconds behind you.
How did you guys win before Thunder?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Woo!
Can we play another round?
Yes, if you want.
Yeah.
If everybody's up for it, I'm fine.
Yeah?
Oh,
I was just saying
Thunder.
mostly for the sake of...
oh no, we're going down.
Oh god.
Yeah, see?
That's pretty great.
Fire.
Thunder,
Your,
okay.
the first time you did it, Bionic, was really good.
Okay, Blake, I
'cause
beat
you just kind of like went sideways for a solid few seconds.
Yeah, I think I saw some of it.
I have footage of it, so you can watch it later.
This is actually like it's actually like a close game every round now.
Yeah, just took some time for you guys to get used to it, and now it's good. They need to add a parkour minigame and some parkour maps, because that was like a Minecraft tradition for a while.
Yeah.
I always loved the escape kind of games in Minecraft. Like you're in this room, and you're like, okay, you gotta escape, jump down this hole.
So,
Pick up
room
a stick.
escapes.
Sure.
Yeah, those are a thing in real life.
No, like I know they are. I'm just saying I like them when. Jeez.
But you could have explained it like a million times better.
Why do you have to criticize everything I say?
Well, because you say stupid stuff a lot.
You're stupid,
You're stupid.
dick.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
I love the dick in my mouse.
You like the dick in your mouth?
Yes. Don't judge me.
I think the only good thing to come from Fallout 4 is Kiri. This is a little random.
Has your opinion swayed on Fallout 4?
Very much, yes. And Bethesda as a whole.
Yeah, I realize we
And
haven't
Skyrim.
talked about any of this shit in a long time.
I wonder why.
My reasons for disliking Fallout 4 are the same for as my reasons for disliking Skyrim, which I have told you, Bionic.
Okay.
Oh, get there. Damn it.
They're not staying true to the originals. They're changing things like lore and stuff to suit their own needs as opposed to staying true to what used to be. And I don't like that.
So, Dark Souls 3.
No. Dark Souls 3 doesn't really change any lore. It just debunked one theories.
I've played the Ring City much.
I have played the Ring City. What does it change?
Gwyn apparently fathered an army of bastards now because any old schmo can be a kid of Gwyn now. And like name one good character that was introduced in the Ring City. There's not a
Shira.
Locusts? Shira?
The Locusts are cool, I will give you that. Shira, what is Shira? She's apparently
Top tier waifu.
it's now confirmed that the half Wait, what?
Top tier waifu.
Top tier waifus, what letters?
Half-Light's lore is pretty interesting, albeit simple.
He's Manus. That's his lore. Or if he's not Manus, he's from where Manus was from.
Hey, Bionic.
Me? No, fuck off, Dark Case!
Ah! Dick.
That
Hate
was
you.
so close.
You guys have to beat 1 minute and 28 seconds, by the way.
I just want to be Bionic. I don't care what I get. He is my rival. He's literally a second behind him.
I don't know. I don't think the Ring City really changed anything. I think it's...
I mean, I do like the addition of the Ring City itself. I think the Ring City is a really cool idea. But I think the fact that Filianor is just another daughter of Gwyn is kind of bullshit and wasn't needed. Like, it just kind of complicates the Pantheon and makes it messy. And
pretty sure there was knowledge of her beforehand in Dark Souls 3, though.
Where?
I don't think she was ever mentioned by name, but I think it was mentioned that she existed.
Not my name.
I mean, we've known of 3 children of Gwyn since Dark Souls 1.
Maybe I'm wrong. Either way.
Like, I don't know.
Honestly, that part of the lore isn't really the stuff I focus on anyways.
Well, that's my big problem with the Ring City is that there's a lot of stuff that's just, oh, this isn't interesting on its own, so let's give it a name to go with it, so we will care about it. Like Silver Knight Leto or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, he was best friends with Havel the Rock. Like, oh, there's nothing interesting about this guy on his own, so let's just say he was Havel's best friend because we care about Havel. There's a
I
lot.
don't know. I think you're being too cynical about the whole thing.
I mean, like, I was super hyped for Ring City, and I really enjoyed Ashes of Ariandel, but, like, and I really loved the Ring City while playing it, but there are a few issues I have after I finished it.
I think the whole idea behind Dark Souls 3 is that all of these, alongside of the cycle continuing, everything is being pulled to one location. So, all of these things related to things we know about being coincidentally there makes sense.
Yeah, I guess one of my main issues is just like the cheapening of previously established stuff. Like, why is Seath's relationship to Gwyn so special now that we know that the lords actually had a pet dragon that they raised from birth to eat the abyss. Like, that in itself is a cool idea, but now it's like, oh, all these different weird dragons and half dragons and stuff were just cool with the lords. So Seath wasn't really all that special. He was just another one.
I don't mind that, honestly. I think that there's some variance in the dragon's behavior and personalities is interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being they all were assholes who wanted to kill everyone.
But
there are some.
Yeah, you could
like
have
the stone dragon, for example, had no beef with the lords.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean for everything we've been led to believe would say that the lords would wipe out all the dragons they'd find, except for Seath. Like,
who helped?
It's just that I can see so many easy fixes for these issues. Like, you've already mentioned Vendrick in the DLC because you wanted Ruined Sentinels in, which I'm fine with. Like, so why don't you just say, oh, Midir was raised by Vendrick or raised by Aldia? And it's like, oh, we've got kings that actually cared about the dragons and wanted the dragons, and stuff. And we have one that eats dark, which is intrinsically tied to the Queen of Drangleic. And you have all these more interesting connections than just, oh, the Gwyn had a baby dragon pet. Like, or just like...
I think there is some problems with Dark Souls 2 story in the idea of the cycles continuing. I think they handled that poorly. By saying, like, instead of it just being a different version of Gwendolyn, actual Gwendolyn just exists in Dark Souls 3 cycle, which I don't like, for example. And that's a problem I have. I think it would have been better if it was counterparts of the same person instead of just the same person. Like Siegward and Siegmeyer, they're not the same person, but they're very clearly the same instance in a different cycle, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, Gwendolyn existed like that, and stuff like that. I think that's a poor way to handle it.
All the Gwendolyn stuff is unnecessary, considering we have Lothric and Lorien, where Lothric basically does the Gwendolyn role.
Yeah.
With more intrigue behind it.
Like, it's just that the way that was handled. Yeah, the way that was handled doesn't make a lot of sense to me because it's just. Although the same thing with Ornstein, for example. Why does Ornstein get to exist multiple times in different cycles? Why isn't it a different version of Ornstein who did some of the similar things?
Well, I think
the cycles have been proven not to be exact repeats previously, because Drangleic was not an exact repeat, but there were definitely things that were very similar.
Yeah, like I agree with all that.
That's where my main problem with Dark Souls 3 lies, and Dark Souls 3's lore lies. But even then, it's minor.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I really would have loved to fight an Aldrich who wasn't like I love the idea that he's using, someone as a puppet, kind of like to fight with, but you never get the sense that he's anything more than that. Like, I would have loved if, like, second phase, he just kind of like discards Gwendolyn or whoever he's using as a puppet, and then you get to fight like the real Aldrich. Like,
yeah, I guess. It seems like they did sacrifice lore for gameplay as well.
Yeah.
But Dark Souls 3 is still a really great game, despite.
It is. I've kind of soured to some of it now that the Ring City is out, just because we knew there was going to be 2 DLCs from the beginning, so it was like, oh, any gaps in the lore will be filled in by the DLCs because they're planning this.
I honestly didn't think that the gaps would be filled.
But, like, the gaps, why would they not fill the gaps? It's not like, oh, these are just vagaries that, there's no real answer to. It's like they're dropped plot threads almost. Like we know so much about the Profaned Flame that we know nothing at all. Like, they've given us so much it's not like a mystery. Like Dark Souls 1 would handle something like that where, you're given just a little bit of information and you can just roll with, okay, it's a mystery. We don't really know. But, like, Profaned Flame, we know all this weird shit about it that doesn't seem to mesh. So it's like we need a little more information to get the full picture, or we need less information so we can be okay with it being a mystery. But it's like, just that amount where you expect it to be wrapped up.
I see what you're saying, and I think it comes down a little bit to the sequel problem. Is they've gone too long with the same story, and as a result, started altering things. They had to have each game have a unique story that ties into the rest. They have to alter things from the previous games in order to make that new story fit. So, and that's a problem a lot of sequels have, and I definitely think that this applies here.
Oh yeah.
It's part of the reason why I'm really glad they're moving on from Dark Souls. I'm sad to see it end because it's been quite the legacy, but it's a good thing it end because I think if they kept going, it would get very muddled.
Because you can already see the signs of that.
Yeah, like I think there are a few problems with it, but they can be overlooked enough that you can still enjoy it for what it is. But I think like if they kept going, it would be not something you could overlook. The mistakes that they'd have to make. So I'm glad they're moving on to something else.
Yes.
And who knows? Maybe the next thing will be a new Dark Souls 1.
I would, yeah. If I can get another experience like my first time playing Dark Souls 1, that would be all it would take.
Yeah. And I've seen the idea thrown around of a Western-themed Bloodborne, and I would be totally up for that.
Oh my god, yeah. Although,
it would be hard. It would be hard to do, like Western fantasy-themed Bloodborne.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've just been kind of like sitting here waiting for you guys to finish. I kind of want to go to bed.
Okay.
All right.
Stop watching this like Dark Souls.
I don't know. Like it was interesting. I don't know if people were interested. Dark Souls conversation.
You could put it in as just like a short bonus video at the end.
Yeah.
Bionic and Blake talk about nonsense for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't want to cut off like in the middle of you guys talking because some would be like, "What?" I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope everyone watching this likes Dark Souls. Anyone here likes Dark Souls, right?